Hello, I am Tatiana Correa, and for the next few minutes, I will share with you some very important, perhaps even life-changing information that you cannot afford to ignore. I will be talking about climate change and its impact on us humans. I will provide information on the following: 1. What is climate change? 2. Climate change and biodiversity, agriculture, energy, health, and marine life. Uh, Final point is climate change in Colombia. Well, let's get started. The 10 climate refer to the normal or average water pattern in a particular place. It includes such things as the temperature, precipitation, humidity, wind, and season. When we talk of climate change, we are referring to the fact that the patterns we have come to expect are no longer predictable. This is mainly due to the activities of mankind, and the result is generally an increase in global temperature which directly affects all aspects of the human economic. Climate change is a global phenomenon. Its effect can be seen in the increasing severity and frequency of hurricanes, severe heat with rising sea levels, and general shift in once predictable climate conditions. All of these have a direct impact on our day-to-day life. Let's first consider biodiversity. When we refer to biodiversity, we are talking about the variety of animals and plants and other microorganisms on our planet and the place where they are found. Plants and animals operate within ecosystems. They live in specific areas. Any change in a particular climate may affect plants and animals that live there, as well as the composition of the ecosystem, which can also affect the quality of plant and animal life. In agriculture, climate change could have both positive and negative effects on crops. For example, in the United States, the northern regions usually have good temperature, which is not good for growing certain crops. Warmer climate can help to grow more crops. In contrast, in the southern areas where temperatures are already warm, increasing temperature can make it too warm for crop production. The result is a negative effect on the food industry. Climate change also causes drought, which has the effect of reducing the amount of water available for irrigation. This change is also likely to cause more severe storms or floods, which damage crops and produce soil erosion. Such conditions can significantly affect a region's economy. On the other hand, the heavy rains can result in some types of weeds and pests extending into new areas. Energy. As temperature rises, more people will have to keep cool by using air conditioning. We use a lot of electricity, but electricity production increases climate change. This only worsens the situation. In addition, climate change can reduce rainfall in some countries and thus affect hydroelectric power. The result? Fossil fuel. And this again increases climate change. Health. It has already been stressed that climate change has the effect of causing heat waves and severe temperature across the globe. As a direct result of this, we have storm, air pollution, and climate related disease that threaten the health of people in many areas of the world. Sadly, the most vulnerable people are the poor, the very young, and the elderly. Extreme heat causes diseases such as cramp head strokes and even death. There are statistics in different countries that confirm this fact. For example, according to a 2012 independent report commissioned by 20 world governments to study the impact of climate change, 400,000 deaths worldwide are linked to climate change each year, and that figure is expected to increase the over 600,000 by the year 2013. Marine life. Climate change affects marine life in various ways. It affects the ocean temperature, the supply, and the nutrient, the food chains, and ocean chemistry. In addition, storm results from climate change also affect ocean current and wind systems. This all impact of the distribution, abundance, reproduction, and migration of marine plants and animals. That significant number of humans depend on for food and income. In general, climate change affects the marine environment by causing coral bleaching, which destroys sea life habitat, raising sea levels, increasing the acidity of ocean, and altering the lifestyle of ocean creatures. The net effect and the hardship for those who depend on the sea for the living. Climate change and Colombia. Although Colombia only contributes about 0.37% of global emission of greenhouse gases, it still stands to suffer in significant ways from climate change. While climate change could benefit some sectors by creating opportunities for them to implement alternative technology and sustainable practice, in general, it could have negative implications in the areas of the surplus of water resources, agriculture, high mountain ecosystems, health, given the possible chance of tropical disease vectors, hydroelectric power generation, among others, and indeed we are already seeing the consequence of climate change here in Colombia, and it is likely to get worse. For example, sea levels are increasing, and this can affect coastal areas and offshore island life. In conclusion, all of this should be a wake up call for all of us. We need to consider our action and remember that our children and future generations will be the ones who will be most affected. In this regard, we must not be silent. We must take action against climate change. We must pressure our government to implement corrective measures and to petition global leaders to take action. Let us all take a stand against climate change.